Hey everybody, this is Golden Khalil, and you're listening to the Khalil Podcast. It is November 8th, 2024, Friday, Aloha Friday, and 7:24 right now. Just turned 7:24 actually, 7:24 a.m., and I am just chilling. I just got back home from doing some early morning errands and just thought I should jump on and do a podcast. So here I am, and yeah, life's been really good lately. I've been doing a lot of stuff, getting a lot of work, and doing a bunch of comedy and stuff. So that's been pretty cool. The last couple weeks of October were just insane, man. There was so much gigs in those last couple weeks that I was just like, all right, when November starts, I'm just gonna take some time off and just heal from all that chaos. It was everything from doing spots that I've never done before and doing gigs where I have to play live music and do DJing all at the same time, and it was nuts. The DJ, okay, let me tell you stories. So I played Mai Tai bar for the first time. I ran into this guy from Maui. I did a spot at Sheraton Princess Kaiulani Hotel. I think a couple months ago was when I met him over there. This big guy with a cowboy hat, and he was hanging out with his friends at the Splash Bar, and I was playing at the Splash Bar, just doing lounge music stuff with one of my good friends, Uncle Joe. Yeah, it was Uncle Joe that day. And we were just playing Hawaiian music, playing any kind of songs like R&B, reggae, old school classics. And we were singing. And then this guy, like I said, big guy with a cowboy hat, came up to us and he was like, "Hey, you guys think I can join you guys for a couple songs?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I told him, I can tell by your hat that you sing a certain genre, and my guess is I think I'm gonna get it right. And he was like, "Yeah, I sing country music." So like, "Yeah, man, I know Tennessee whiskey. We can do that." And he actually started with a Hawaiian song. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Kaulavehi o Ke Kai. He jumped on for that song, and we were jamming, and then he ended off with Tennessee. We ended off with Tennessee whiskey, and afterwards he thanked me. He was like, "Oh, thanks for having me come on and jam with you guys. And I'm from Maui. My name is TJ, and I travel to Oahu a lot, and I always bring my band over from Maui to play gigs over here." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, man. Let me know if you ever need a keyboard player. I love playing keys for bands and stuff." And then he was like, "Bro, you don't understand." And then he told me all about how there's only 2 keyboard players on the island of Maui, and they get booked all the time. So it's really rare that there's any keyboardist on Maui, let alone having to fly to Oahu and having to fly the keyboardist to Oahu, and like the expenses are crazy in that sense. And then he told me, bro, just I'll lock you in. Just let me know if you're available for October 18th and October 20th, because I need a keyboardist. And I was like, are you sure? You've never heard me on keyboards. I just played with you guitar. I don't know if I should send you some stuff. And he was like, no, bro, just lock it in. And I was like, all right, cool. So I ended up actually playing 3 gigs with them, and they're a reggae country band. Opened up for Maui and stuff, and the first gig that I did with them was actually kind of like a rehearsal gig, but at the same time in front of an actual audience, and it was at a saloon called Whiskey Dicks in Aiea. And that was a complete culture shock for me, because the moment I entered the saloon, everybody was line dancing in a circle, and it was all haole people over there. I was like, okay, I'm out of my element right now. The moment I walked in, I knew I was out of place. But then I saw TJ and the band, and then I was like, okay, cool. At least I'm amongst my people. uh, yeah, I was nervous up until I saw them, and I was just like, I'm gonna stick with you guys for the rest of the gig, and don't don't let me leave your guys' sights, 'cause I don't know what's gonna happen if that happens. So we played the gig, and it was just I was following along and just playing chords that fit the song, because I was just I did not know a single song well enough, or at least as well as I do like the normal songs that I play, like Hawaiian music and R&B music and like pop music and stuff. This was it may have not been what is it called, deep cuts for the audience who was line dancing and everything, but to me it was like very, I know some country music, but that country music was just like literally another planet. And at least from my perspective, to them it was probably mainstream music. To them, mainstream country music, they danced it all their lives, they know it, they love it. And here I was just like, what the hell is a boot scooting? But I didn't ask any questions. They took a chance on me, and I wasn't gonna let myself not give my best effort to on accompanying them on keyboards, and it ended up actually being a really fun time. Yeah, so that was Whiskey Dicks, and then afterwards we went to go hit up a place, one of my favorite places, late night spots. Um, and I got my usual terry meatball plates, but I think at that time I realized, oh, I can get a mixed plate. So I think I got terry meatball plate that one night after Whiskey Dicks, but then the next night I got terry meatball, rice, and beef stew, I think. Beef stew mixed plate. So that was fire. And yeah, they were like, okay, we'll see you at Mai Tais. So Mai Tais was on the 18th, and it was my first time ever performing over there. Mai Tais at Ala Moana, and I would see reggae bands over there all the time, and 9 times out of 10, it would always be crazy. Just the dance floor filled to the brim, just people going nuts to reggae music. And at first I was like, okay, wait, so this is a country band as well. So even though they do reggae music, I know they were gonna lean heavily on reggae music. I was wondering if they were gonna do any country music over there. And sure enough, we did country music in the beginning. We did an intro sort of medley. And then towards the middle and the rest of the set, we just did reggae music. So it was kind of a complete 180 from Whiskey Dicks, where we still played reggae music, but it was like bits and pieces throughout the Whiskey Dicks set. It was majority country music, which I think is a really interesting business model. But I think that band can sort of adapt to different settings. Yeah. Especially when they do music in the islands and stuff. So it's really cool dynamic. So we started the Mai Tai set with country music, and right when we started the reggae set, just everybody. There were a few people who were dancing in the front row. It was the hardcore fans. I met this dude named Tanner, and he actually jams with one of the band members, actually TJ's brother, Chase Favela, who I met on UH campus when I was just chilling after I think I did like a set at the KTUH radio station. And yeah, I met him, like, I think, was it like literally a year ago, and he was just starting out, I think, with music. But man, like, a year goes by and so many things can change, because he's freaking insane at guitar now, and he can do all these sort of styles and stuff. So really cool. Shout out Chase. But yeah, we did the reggae set. Literally everybody filled the floor. Out of nowhere, just the locals just came out from the crevices of the ground and just showed up and started to party. And we just, it was amazing. Like it was like literally being on the other side of the mirror, where before I was just watching all these reggae bands, and now I was on stage playing keys, just looking out, like looking at everybody from a different perspective. And it was a very, very surreal feeling. And I actually got to sing on one of the numbers. It was Cool Down by Kolohe Kai. And yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was really, really crazy playing with that band, because every person in that band was insane. It was TJ Chase. I didn't get to meet the bass player formally. I didn't catch his name, but next time I'll catch his name. But the drummer of that band, holy shit, Gump is his name. And talk about chops. This dude just, there's so many times throughout the set where he would just go crazy on the drums. Just freaking 30-second notes, 64th notes, everywhere. And yeah, it was dope, just jamming. Like it was hilarious. I would be playing, and then he would go crazy with his chops, and then I would just be on the side, just playing a simple piano, like reggae rhythm. I was like, he would go, and then I would be like, shunk, 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 on the side. It was really funny. But yeah, that was my first time at Mai Tais, and I actually have a recording of that entire set, and I don't think I can post it on YouTube without the copyright police, the copyright cops flagging the video. So I won't post it publicly, at least, but at least I have a sort of like a archive of that day, just jamming with the dudes, the Maui country band dudes. So yeah, it was that place, Mai Tais, on the 18th, and then October 20th was the last gig I did with them. It was at this place is literally called Secret Spot. It's a new spot, and it used to be not the location it's at now, but that location, or like the venue itself, it used to be at a different location. It used to be called the Gallery Waikiki, and it was right across from Cheesecake Factory on Kalakaua Ave. And I think I don't know exactly the reason why that location closed down, but I remember going there, and it was a nice spot, and there were a lot of really talented bands playing over there. I got to see High Standard over there. I got to see someone else. Oh, I forget their name. It's a duo. I'll remember next time. But yeah, they killed it. Every act that I saw over there killed it. But there was this one time when I saw High Standard, and it was a trio. The guy on keyboards, I think his name is Phil Crown. Really, really talented guy. Really great singer. A drummer and a guitarist. They were singing R&B, and the set was going really good. But then there was this guy, I think it was a homeless guy in a wheelchair. He rolled on in, and he took his seat like right in front of the band, and it was like obstructing everyone's view. And I think one of the managers of the place told him that he needed to get out, and the guy in the wheelchair wasn't having any of it, so he was he literally put his emergency brake of the wheelchair, like he turned it on, and then the manager was like, nope, nope, you gotta get out. So he took the emergency brake off, and then as the manager was rolling him out, the wheelchair guy like was just grabbing anything that he could and throwing it up in the air. He grabbed like a menu on one of the tables where these two girls were sitting at, and he threw it up in the air, and it just like threw over a table and stuff, and the manager just kicked them out. So I don't know if that sort of was the reason, not that particular moment, of course, but like just the fact that anyone and everybody and anyone could come in and go out and stuff. I think they might have wanted more control on who could come in and who could attend like the events and stuff. So they have it at this place called Secret Spot, and it's right under Hideout Waikiki at the Lay Low and stuff. And when I told my friends that, they started laughing when I told them like, oh yeah, it's at a secret spot, and they were like, oh, is it at a place so secret that you can't tell us? And I was like, yeah, it's actually right under the Lay Low at Hideout Waikiki, and they were laughing their asses off. They were like, oh, so this is a very, very secret spot. I was like, shut up. It was all my improv comedy friends, and yeah, I did. I don't know why I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, just that sort of venue is just their theme is like, ooh, shh, it's a secret, don't tell anyone, but this is the spot. So played over there, and it was really cool. That gig was, I feel, was even split down the middle, country music and reggae music, and even some Hawaiian music too. There was a moment where TJ sang Kodavehi, and there was this little kid, little boy, just dancing to that song, and the crowd went crazy. Every time hula happens spontaneously, it's a showstopper. It's like, okay, everybody can go home now, sort of feeling. When hula is like, it happens like in touristy areas and stuff, people will watch and stuff, but there's nothing like hula when it happens organically, and you can tell it wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed or anything. It just happens. There was this one time I was playing at this place called Edge of Waikiki, and I was singing Hawaiian music, and there was this couple, a Hawaiian couple, in the front, and then there was the boyfriend of those two was screaming like, oh, she can dance hula, like they throughout the entire set. And I was like, all right, he's drunk, but if he's correct, I would love to have you, and I pointed to the girlfriend, I would love to have you do a number with me if you're down. I don't want to pressure you or anything, but I think it'd be cool. And she was shy at first, but then I was like, yeah, no worries, just take your time. I have about an hour left, so if at any point you want to come up and dance, then let me know. And I sang like maybe a few more songs, and then after one of the songs, she came up to me and she asked me, "Oh, what songs do you know?" And I was like, "Oh, I know some Kaylee Rachel songs. I know a song called "Ao Mai" and stuff." And she was like, "All right, if you sing that song, I'll dance to it." And she ended up being a Mary Monarch hula dancer. For those of you who don't know Mary Monarch is like the Olympics for hula dancing, and it's a huge annual competition. And she dances in a hello or a hula school that competes in that competition. So it's just literally just a hello versus another hello. Who's the best hello across all of the islands of Hawaii? And we did the song, and once she started dancing the song, literally, like, Edge of Waikiki, the bar, they're usually just like drinking and like just talking to each other and not paying attention when it's just me playing music and stuff. But then when she started dancing, like, you can tell that she danced for Mary Monarch, because she was like, usually when we get assigned hula dancers and stuff, they stay at one spot and they do the moves and they go and sit down, which I don't really care. You do you, boo boo. But she went everywhere. She made the entire bar her stage, and she like engaged the entire audience and everybody. It was just like she was a magnet for everyone's attention, and it was just amazing moment. So we finished the song and everyone was just going nuts. So yeah, when once again, if hula happens and people can tell it wasn't planned, it was organic and stuff, they love it. They just they just it's a surreal feeling. I can't describe it, but the that's why I love being Hawaiian. It's really cool. Really cool opportunity and really cool life that I get to live as a Hawaiian. But anyways, yeah, we did half country music, half reggae music. And during the country part, there was this one woman who was dancing, and she came up to us and she was like, "Oh, can you guys play Picture by, well, I think it was Sheryl Crow." Here, let me yeah, Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow. And TJ was like, "Oh, hell yeah, that's one of my favorite songs." And she came up, and it was like a middle-aged white woman. But holy like, once she started singing the Sheryl Crow part, like, I was like, can everybody in this venue sing? Because she was just killing it on her part. And everybody was going crazy in the bar. And yeah, she got off, and then she said thank you, and she left the venue. And then there was this guy named Kaipo Kapua who was in the audience. He just came by to support, but he came up and sang a few numbers, and he killed it. And what is it called? Oh, there's also my sister Trishna Lay. She came up and did a few numbers. It was weird. It was like fucking the Avengers of island music. Just decided to show up and just kill it on stage. So I think it was supposed to be a 2-hour gig, but it ended up being like 3 hours and some change. And yeah, it was just another really good night. But then I was like, I need to rest. that was a crazy weekend. Oh yeah, and also on that Saturday after the 18th, I think it was October 19th, I did 2 back-to-back gigs. I played at Duke's Waikiki with Ben Kama, and we literally went from Duke's Waikiki. We played from 4 to 6, and we rushed all the way to Hilton Hawaiian Village to play at this place called Tapa Bar. And we had to start at 6:30. So we were just like right on the dot at 6:00 at Duke's. We were just like, okay, bye everybody. And then we unplugged. We just rushed. We all went in one car and just rushed over to Tapa. And what was even worse was there was a what is it called? Pride parade going on. And not only was there a pride parade going on, there were protesters at Hilton Hawaiian Village. The protesters were like going on strike for the union, the people in the union. So we were like, we were all in the car just like, I don't know if we're gonna make it, but I think we made it just in time. And yeah, I remember that gig was super fun because we just played hotspot song requests and stuff. Whenever we have the opportunity to do that, it's always a good time. I'm the entire time I'm literally just like, all right, next song. Well, you there, this lovely couple in the audience. You guys look like you like 90s R&B and everything, and it's just like an old Holly couple that probably never heard R&B in their entire life. But I just suggest that because I'm like, I want to sing some 90s R&B. And then just that gets the ball rolling, like that starts the fire of people being like, oh, you can ask for song requests for this band. So they start coming up, and it's just easy. It's like a downhill battle from there. It's like people, they literally tell you what your set list is for the gig, and it's just smooth sailing from there. There was this one family from Chicago, and the dad requested Single Ladies, and the entire band looked at him, and thank God for my improv skills, because I was like, yeah, dude, you know we're all dudes, right? And then the crowd laughed. So that's another one of my favorite things to do when I play in like full bands, is I like to riff with the audience and make the band laugh and make the audience laugh and stuff. So it's really fun. So yeah, but just that entire weekend, I was like, yeah, when all this is over, I'm gonna hibernate. But yeah, I mentioned Ben Kama. Ben Kama and I were doing what is it called? A weight loss challenge. We started on the first day of this month, and it's been going pretty good. I've been doing a lot more cardio. I've been eating healthy. I've been juicing again, just throwing a bunch of vegetables and fruits in a juicer and just drinking that. And I gotta tell you guys my juicing recipe sometime in the future, but time is kind of winding down right now, so I gotta wrap this up soon. But yeah, we've just been eating healthy, and we're challenging each other, seeing who gets like the most steps every day, see who loses the most amount of weight by the end of the month, and who looks the best. So yeah, it's physique, steps per day, and weight loss is the criteria for this challenge. So yeah, we just all to get us in music video shape. I know I said that a long time ago, but I'm not gonna give up. Even if I have to do this weight loss cycle over and over again, I'll keep on going. But Ben and I, we actually did the live music and DJ gig together, the one I mentioned before. It was on a farm, and actually our spot that we performed at was at the farmhouse, but then you can see the farm, like all the crop where they plant the crops and all the plantains and stuff. It's literally just a few steps away. And it was funny because it was a 3-hour gig, or it was supposed to be a 3-hour gig, and the coordinator who brought us to the gig, she was like, yeah, we want the first hour and 30 minutes to be live music, and then the last hour and 30 minutes to be DJ music. And when we got there, we saw how like sort of intimate the setting was, and then Ben was like, yeah, we should try to convince her to just do live music the entire set. And he called her up and he was like, are you sure you guys just don't want live music the entire set? Because it seems that's what is more fitting for this venue. And then she was like, oh no, we want to party afterwards and stuff. And he was like, all right. So we played live music, and when it got to the end of the live music, the owner of that farm, who the coordinator works for, he came out all drunk and stuff, and he was like, no more live music. He saw us putting away our instruments. He was like, no, get your guitars back on your bodies and play more live music. And we were like, okay, we got to talk to the coordinator, because we were hired to do a DJ set as well. And then the boss was like, fuck the DJ. and then I had to say in my mind, but I'm the DJ. But Ben went into or Ben went to find the coordinator and said, okay, what do you want to do? He's asking us to do more live music, and she was like, yeah, I don't mind if you guys do more live music. And then he was like, okay, we'll do more live music. It's just an extra charge on everything. And then she was like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And I was like, okay, cool. So we did more live music, and once again, more hula dancing, spontaneous hula dancing. Everybody went crazy. I think we did we did Kealoha. I think we did a Hanaho, but I forget what song we did. But we did 2 songs for the first hula dancer. The second hula dancer, we did Wahine Likea. Everyone went crazy again. And then we ended it on like Kachi Kachi music or something. I forget. It was either that or Masese by Kapena. And the extra 30 minutes was up, and then we're like, okay, let's go to DJ. And then once again, the boss was like, no, more live music. But then what was funny was he realized that no one wanted live music anymore because no one was backing him up. So he was like, okay, you can do the disco music now. He was so old school. He said disco music. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's jump on some DJ stuff. And what was funny was when the DJ music started, he was still having a good time. So I was like, we could have done DJ a long time ago. But I didn't care. As long as everyone was happy by the end of the gig, it was yeah, and they were really happy. The boss of that venue was like, I love you guys. I want you guys at the farm every year. And there's other events that I'm trying to get entertainers for, so let's exchange contact information and all that good stuff. So yeah, we have the musician's version of a retainer, I guess. And yeah, that's always a good feeling when people want you regularly as a musician. It's pretty much as stable as it's gonna get in this line of work. Is if a client likes you and they want you back for other gigs. So that was the last couple weeks of October 2024. Just wanted to log that down on a podcast. You might hear some extracurricular sound effects in the background. The trash man is I think he's getting recycling today. So if you hear some mechanical whirrings in the background, then that's what it is. All right. Before I go, I'm gonna do a little segment called Ask Khalil, where I answer people's questions and try to give them advice on their life problems. And this is where you get to hear my wonderful public school education reading skills. And since this podcast is still new, I will go on Reddit, this beautiful thing called Reddit. You may have heard of it before. On r/advice, the subreddit where people ask for advice. And I'm looking through the questions, and it's literally all relationship questions. I'm trying to find ones that are not about relationships, but it's all about, like, literally everything is my husband kissed another woman, not sure if I should leave him. Do it. What are you doing? And yeah, a lot of them is really dark. I'm like scrolling through it and I'm like, I can't say that. I can't say that. The girl I'm talking to says I'm everything she's ever wanted, but she can't get attracted to me. You know, this is why women don't know what they want. No, I'm just joking. Sorry. Okay, let's jump into this one. All right, so I'll provide all the details here. Me, 23 male, and this girl, 18 female. Oh, buddy. Have been talking for about 3 months and met online. We both live in the UK, but around a 5-hour drive from each other. We are planning to meet someone after Christmas. What? We are planning to meet sometime. Oh, see? What'd I tell you? Public school reading education. We are planning to meet sometime after Christmas. We got on so well. Whenever we talk, it's warm, comfortable, essentially just bliss. I admire every single part of her. She has some issues stemming from her childhood. She was neglected by her parents. Her father wasn't necessarily the nicest. She proclaims him a narcissist. And due to this, by her own admission, she craves attention from any guy who will give it to her. Dude, walk away. Walk away. Why don't you read the rest of this post? Okay, do I read this part? Okay, by her own admission, she craves attention from any guy who will give it to her, sexual or general. We have spoken a lot about this during the time we've been talking. Started exchanging pictures, but here's the thing. All right, so it's about to get spicy over here. Oh, it literally says spicy in the next sentence. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Here's the kicker, according to the writer of this post. It got to the point where she got so freaked over seeing me and my body that now when we get spicy, by her own request, I don't send anything, but only she does. She thrives off the praise, and she loves knowing that someone has done their business. Oh, gosh. Ew. Gross. She is very self-deprecating. She finds it hard to accept my compliments. She doesn't want things bought for her because she feels bad. She doesn't value herself in any way, shape, or form. I feel so strongly for her that I confessed my feelings for her not too long ago. And she said that she feels exactly the same. But, a huge but, She struggles with attraction to guys. She has claimed she is lesbian in the past. She's also claimed she's bi, but she's not too sure what she is. Admittedly, this is probably a big factor why she is struggling to get attracted. No, dude, you confessed your feelings. That's where you went wrong. You laid your heart on the table, and she was like, no, I have other options. And you're just the first one that couldn't take it anymore. And now that the chase is done, she's like, I have no use for you. I'll still get your attention, but now I see you as a non-romantic option. That's why. It's not because she's struggling with attraction or anything. You literally said she has other guys she's getting attention from. So that's not a problem. Her getting attracted is not the problem. It's just you lost her attraction. Anyways, I'm just really not sure where I stand, because she claims to feel the exact same way I do about her, but she is really struggling with the attraction aspect. She said she's trying and trying, but nothing seems to be working. I need some advice on how to proceed here. I really like this girl and she likes me too, so she claims. So why is it so difficult for her to get attracted to me? Thanks in advance for any advice. Yeah, dude. Walk away. Walk away. What did you say about her folks? Her father wasn't necessarily the nicest. Yeah, this poor girl. Yeah, dude, walk away. Yeah, I sorry for sounding heartless in the beginning, just instantly judging the situation without reading everything first. But yeah, dude, she has an unfortunate situation, but at the same time, it's not your problem. She needs to figure it out for herself. Probably go to therapy, and you pursuing that relationship is only gonna mess you up. It's gonna put you in the same situation that she is in, and a situation that you didn't need to be in the first place. So save yourself the heartbreak and just walk away. It's not a wise decision. And yeah, man, just I think it's time for you to check what's going on under your hood and see what had you attracted to her, and try to figure out how not to get attracted to that again. Because I mean, I get it. It was probably fun, like engaging with her online and doing all the nasty stuff there. But dude, you gotta move on. It's not the mother of your kids. She's getting attention from other guys. Not a good business model. You can still, okay, let me clarify. Walk away from the idea of a relationship, like a serious relationship with this woman, and the fact that you confess your feelings and stuff is even more a reason. And then she didn't reciprocate those feelings by saying, "Oh, I feel the same way." Yeah. that ship has sailed. That ship can still come back. It's like not all hope is lost, but the solution for you right now to have any sort of chance the ship comes back is if you just stop talking to her and date around your area. There's I don't know if you noticed, there are women that are less than 5 hours away that you can approach and be like, hey, I think you're gorgeous and I wanted to get to know you. Just play the numbers game. Eventually one of them would be like, oh, this guy's not half bad. I mean, he does confess his feelings a lot. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing too. Don't ever confess your feelings. Have her. Here's what you do. All right, you hang out, you have fun, and you hook up. You don't bring anything up. If you're the man, you don't bring anything up about where is this going, or I don't know where I stand with you. That's what the girl is supposed to bring up. And I'm telling you, it sounds misogynistic as all hell, but I'm telling you, dude, it feels great when you're the one on the other end and she's the one being like, what are we? And then you can be like, what do you mean? And then she's like, well, we've been hanging out for a few months now, and I just want to know where we stand. And then you can either be a dork and be like, well, we're standing right here in this moment in time, and then she'll be like, you know what I mean. And then you just play dumb, and then you're like, well, tell me more about what you mean. I need you to elaborate. And then she'll get all nervous and be like, well, I don't think it's entirely impossible to say that we could be a thing. And then you could be like, what's a thing? What's a thing? And then she's like, well, just you and I being an item. And then you'll be like, what's an item? And then she's like, just us being boyfriend and girlfriend. Have her escalate on you, rather than you being like, I love you, I've loved you ever since I met you. That's not the way to go. So yeah, meet girls. I don't know, fucking go to a coffee shop or whatever. Join clubs. I don't know, just be around people and get to know them without the intention of like asking them out within 5 minutes of meeting them. And then you'll be fine. Just take it slow and you'll be fine. But yeah, anyway, that's the advice column. Didn't know it was gonna be a 15-minute advice giving, but yeah, that was actually pretty fun. I'll try to do that when I hop on the next podcast. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for checking this out. I'll be doing a few spots, both music and comedy. The one I want to highlight right now, I'm gonna promote all my stuff on my Instagram at Golden Kaleo. Which, by the way, if you want advice on anything and everything, start with anything first by going to at Golden Kaleo on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, and if you need any advice on any topic or whatever, just ask me a question on there and say that it's for the advice part of my podcast, and maybe I'll answer it. Look at me playing hard to get. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I'll don't. But yeah, I would love to connect with you guys in that way. But I'm gonna do stand-up spots on the 19th of November. It's gonna be from it's both I'm gonna do both improv comedy and I'm gonna do stand-up comedy. It's open mic spots in Manoa Valley Theater's performance area. So just go on Manoa Valley Theater's site. I think I can scavenge a link for you guys and promote it that way. But yeah, Manoa Valley Theater, November 19th. I think the show starts at 7. But yeah, if you want to see me attempt to do some stand-up comedy, I'll be doing it towards the later part of the evening. It's gonna start off with improv comedy, with these really talented teams that I've been fortunate enough to work alongside these past 8 weeks, I believe. But yeah, it's just been just dying laughter every single week with them. So really cool stuff. Looking forward to jamming with them. And then the improv part is gonna happen in the beginning. There's gonna be an open mic section and stuff. So during the open mic section, I'm gonna try to do stand up and as early as possible in the open mic section, so that everybody who came to see the improv part and who came to see my part can leave as early as possible. But what else do I gotta promote? Just keep updated on where I'm gonna be by following my Instagram at Golden Kaleo. And yeah, should be good. Oh, and another thing, I've been listening to a couple of my songs lately, and not in my attempt not to try and sound narcissist or anything. I've been listening to Go Somewhere by yours truly, and my song I Don't Mind. Been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to a lot of unreleased stuff as well, but for the stuff that's already out, go check out I Don't Mind and Go Somewhere. I think you guys would dig it. Really fun jams. Go Somewhere is like a really chill jam, and I Don't Mind is a really fun one. So go check that out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere where music is streaming. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, I think that's it. So, all right, that's the podcast, everybody. Take care. Once again, November 8th, 2024, Friday. It's 8:30 a.m. right now. Probably gonna go work out and pretend like I'm a healthy person. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Aloha.